Past year question for chapter 5, question 22C. So now in these questions here, we would like to find out what is the inverse for the composite FG for the case of x greater equals to 3. So what it means here is that we would like to refer when the time I have the composite function to be the case of e power of x minus 3, because this is the composite functions. This is how the composite function being defined when the time I have x greater equals to 3. So how we're going to do this here? Again, I'm going to make use of the idea of the properties of inverse, where I have H composite with H inverse, for example, or maybe I use another letter because later we will encounter H further. So let's say, what letter can I use? Let's say I use K. K composite with K inverse. The answer will happen to equals to X. This is what I want to refer. And in this case here, your K is happen to be refer to the composite function Fg. And please take notes. Now, this is what I supposed to have. It will looks a bit complicated, but I try to indicate clear to you by highlighting the term correspondingly. So if you have problem to see clearly, maybe it's all right you do substitution. Let's say you let function k equals to composite fg, then only you continue with the calculation, it's all right. And therefore, what is happening here is that we try to substitute the inverse into the composite fg. And this is the result I happen to have. Again, I suppose this part here that I have, it will make you feel a bit dizzy. So I write another solution at the side here in terms of k, where the k corresponding to fg. So what I have now is that I have e to the power of k inverse x minus 3 equals to x. And once again, you observe the k inverse that I highlight. Then the minus 3 is originally inside the questions. Then next, what I do is that I insert natural log both sides. I want to insert natural log so that the exponent e will be gone later. And once again, have a clearer visions. I highlighted in green and in blue. Then the next line, by the properties of log that we learned before in the previous chapter, if I have log to the base a, inside is an index term, where also base a, power of hashtag, so the result is hashtag. And in this case here, the hashtag is corresponding to the part that I highlighted in green and in blue. So therefore, this is what I happen to have. Again, I highlighted in green and blue for you to see. And now rearrange the term. There goes my answer for the inverse. And maybe at the same time, let me write another versions in terms of k for you to see the answer clearer. Sorry, I think I missed out the ln here. So I have k inverse equals to 3 plus ln. And your k inverse is actually referring to the inverse of fg. So you can try to observe again with the corresponding same highlight color. So this is how I get the inverse for part C.